seat, Mr. Worthing.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell. I prefer standing.
I am bound to tell you that you are not on my list of eligible young men. And I use the same list as the dear Duchess of Bolton has. We work together, in fact. However, I am quite prepared to enter your name, providing your answers are what a really affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
Well, yes, I must admit I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
29.
A very good age to be married at. I have always been of the opinion that a man who desires to get married should know either everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear it. I do not approve of anything that tampers with natural ignorance. Natural ignorance is like a delicate, exotic fruit. Touch it, and the bloom is gone. The whole theory of modern education is entirely unsound. Fortunately, in England, at any rate, education produces no effect whatsoever. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or in investments?
In investments, chiefly. Well, I own a house in Belgrave Square.
What number Belgrave Square?
149.
The unfashionable side. I knew there was something. However, that could easily be altered.
Do you mean the fashion or the size?
Both, presumably. What are your politics?
Well, I must admit I have none. I am a liberal unionist.
Oh, they count as Tories. They dine with us. Or come in the evening, at any rate. Now to minor matters. Are your parents living?
I lost both of my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth.
I'm afraid I don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I said I lost my parents. It would be near the truth to say that my parents have seemed to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
The late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of a very charitable and kindly disposition, found me and gave me the name of Worthing, because he happens to have a first-class ticket to Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
Where did the charitable gentleman with this first-class ticket to a seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, in a handbag, somewhat large, black leather handbag, with the handles to it, an ordinary handbag, in fact.
Where did this Mr. James or Thomas Cardew find this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him by mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line.
The line is immaterial. Mr. Worthing, I confess I am somewhat bewildered by what you have just told me. To be born, at any rate bred in a handbag, whether it handles or not, seems to me to display a contempt for the ordinary decencies of family life that reminds one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution, and I presume you know what that unfortunate movement led to. As to the particular locality in which the handbag was found, a cloakroom at a railway station might serve to conceal social indiscretion. Has indeed been used for that purpose before now, but it can hardly be regarded as an assured basis for a recognized position in polite society.
May I ask you then, what would you advise me to do? I need hardly say I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness.
I would strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing, to try and acquire some relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to find at any rate one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
Well, I don't know how I could possibly manage to do that. I can produce the handbag at any moment. It is in my dressing room at home. I really think I should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? What has it got to do with me? You can hardly imagine that I and Lord Bracknell would allow our only daughter, a girl brought up with the utmost care, to marry into a cloakroom and form an alliance with a parcel. Good morning, Mr. Worthing.